new year was upon us. Happy New Year, everybody! For the first 3 days, I didn't do anything. Hopefully, it'll actually work itself out that this video will be uploaded on January 1st as well. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. It could be. I feel like it could be 31st or January 1st. It's probably gonna be one of those 2 days. So, that'll be very fitting. Even the so-called convenience store was closed for the new year. I stayed in my room on New Year's Day and ate New Year's food from the Sao Tomes. My late mother's New Year's cooking was white miso flavor, but the Sao Tomes was a thin soy base. It was nicely browned chicken in a plain soup. It was a new flavor for me. After that, I said my prayers with Miss Miharu at a nearby shrine. They did this amazingly as well in the If My Heart Had Wings, just showing like the overview of the city. They did that beautifully in If My Heart Had Wings, and here it looks really, really awesome and cool too. Like obviously in If My Heart Had Wings, like that was kind of a very special place, right? I felt like it was near the, was it ocean? It was at least attached to a huge body of water and the windmills and everything, and that was kind of a special place. But still, just an overhead view of the city like this, it gives you like a good indication of like, okay, especially because we go back and forth from like the city sometimes to the mountain, and there's a train station or train tracks that goes right through it, so it gives you kind of an indication of which places are where. I don't know, I think just little extra things like that just add a lot to the story and just the experience of this world. Even though she was stingy with giving money, she prayed seriously. The second was more the same. The third day was the problem. I visited my relatives, who were my guardians. The reason I didn't go on New Year's Day was that I didn't want to break up the family spirit. I was being considerate, but part of me also didn't think I could stand it myself. That being said, I had to at least pay a visit. I visited my relative's house around noon, told them how things were at my place, and went home. The first 3 days of the new year had passed like that. Then, it was the night of the 4th of January. Isn't she leaving soon? Shouldn't Hikari be leaving soon? Oh gosh, I mean, I don't think she left yet, otherwise that would've... I mean, I'm not sure if we've even entered the Saya route yet, but I feel like even if it is the Saya route, it would at least be mentioned to some degree, and we would be saying goodbye to her as well. Right? Even if it's the Saya route. The convenience store had opened today. I worked my part-time job from morning until night. I looked at my watch. It was almost closing time. Fidgeting, I watched outside the window. I heard the train arrive at the station. After a while, a person's shadow passed by the window. It was Hikari. There she is! Alright, she hasn't left yet. I was relieved that Hikari had come first. Happy New Year, Kotaro-chan! He would sure warm you up. Very nice to make a coat out of. I'm joking, Kotaro, don't worry, I would never do that to you, or any animal for that matter. What is she doing? Hikari was playing with Kotaro and not coming into the store. I stood there fidgeting. Come on, Hikari, don't leave me hanging like this. Is Kotaro more important than me? Kotaro's barking got high-pitched. As I moved my gaze to the window, I saw Saya walking up. Uh-oh. Oh man, now Saya's here. Uh-oh, now I'm gonna act awkward again. Hearing my heart pound, I got my poker face ready to greet her. Saya, akeome! Akemashite omedetou, Hikari. Koto-chan mo omedetou. The woof woof was definitely Kotaro saying Happy New Year too. I was relieved for now that Saya didn't come in on her own. This was the first time I'd seen Saya since Hikari's going away party. The situation with the letter was bad, so I hadn't called her, and Saya must have been busy as she hadn't shown up at the store. The only communication we had shared was a few text messages. Aw, thank you, Saya. Happy New Year! You too!
年賀状いつもいらないって言うから今年も用意してないけど。
Wait, do people give cards for New Year? Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe certain countries do it differently, right? But cards, we don't send cards on New Year's here. It's primarily Christmas or just holiday cards, right? Where you just send best wishes. And it's kind of, and when you send it on the holidays, it's kind of a combination, right? Because you always pretty much end the card / letter with Merry Christmas or something like that, and then a Happy New Year too. So it's like it's a combo deal, right? It's for both. So I guess, yeah, okay. It's okay. I don't like writing replies.
わかった。
And that was it. Saya's family always gathered at her grandmother's house for New Year's celebrations. Every year, Saya helped her mother greet her relatives for the first 3 days of the new year. They finally came into the store. Yeah, shouldn't have stayed outside that long, Hikari. Typical winter weather. Welcome. I greeted him with a grumpy voice. I was a little annoyed at being ignored. Happy New Year. Have a good one. No, same as always. Yeah, I'm always in a bad mood. Saya brought over a shopping bag. Oh, I love your grandma, thank you. Oh yeah, you think I'm sharing them with Miss Miharu? Oh, thanks. You're not getting any, Hikari. Nope. Hikari looked at the bag greedily. I'll be done soon. Can you wait over there? You want some coffee? But it'll also warm you up. I made a coffee for each of them and brought it over. Sitting down in chairs in a cafe corner, they wrapped their hands around the cups to warm themselves. I love that despite the fact that I don't think Hikari even said yes. She just said like, that'll make me pee. And we still gave her a coffee nevertheless. We're like, okay, well, you're just gonna have to pee then. I mean, it depends where we're going, I guess, right? If we're going somewhere where there's no toilet, then having to pee is probably a problem, yeah? Especially if you're a girl. How was it? Have you seen any? Any what? Are we gonna like stargaze or something again? I see. I wonder about this year. I said this, looking at the blackness outside. It was the 4th of January, the best day for the quadranted meteor shower. Ah, meteor shower. The 3 of us were going out to watch it tonight. Meteor showers had a peak time where you could hopefully see many shooting stars. They were predicted for the peak time every year. And the prediction for the quadranteds, tits. No, T-I-D-S, not T-I-T-S. Get your head in the game, Luda. Peak time this year was today. That was my excuse to meet Saya, and my mission was to apologize about the letter. When I thought of Saya's personality, she would probably cry if the letter was brought up. I was not confident in that I could apologize well, either, so I wanted a quiet place that we could talk. It was my idea to have Hikari here, so things seemed normal when we met, and to help out if things got weird. Saya might cry, or she might get mad at me. It would be my own fault if she hated me then, but if Saya got hurt, I wanted someone there to comfort her. The only person for that was Hikari. So, I made the plan to watch the meteor shower. This is a pretty good plan. Well, I'm sure we'd have gotten together even without the letter. Hikari would be leaving Japan the day after tomorrow, so the 6th of January. It would be a very long time until the 3 of us had another chance to watch the stars together. It was time for the store to close. The only customers in the store were Hikari and Saya, and they didn't even buy anything. I'm closing up, so wait outside. To our good old trusty place. We climbed onto the roof of the car, laid out a sheet, and lay down wrapped in sleeping bags and blankets. This was the right way to watch a meteor shower. Looking up hurts your neck, and it's too cold to just stand outside. Also, you don't know when the meteors will pass by, so it's best to be able to see the whole sky. The meteor showers all have names, like the Leonids and the Geminids. They're named for their radiant point, the place in the sky they fall from, and which constellation it's closest to. So usually it's best to look at the constellation that's near the radiant point, but in reality, meteors could appear anywhere in the sky. When I was little, I used to try and watch the radiant point with a telescope. However, I remember being disappointed that I never caught a meteor in a narrow field of view. By the way, one would assume the radiant point for the quadrantid meteor shower would be Quadrans Muralis, but that's not actually the case. The Quadrans Muralis constellation isn't recognized anymore. Quadrans Muralis was originally named after a quadrant, a fan-shaped device that can measure the altitude of celestial bodies. However, Quadrans Muralis was left out of today's recognized 88 constellations, but the name has been preserved in the name of the meteor shower. The Quadrantid's radiant point is close to Draco, so it's also sometimes called the meteor shower of Draco. Draco Malfoy. It'll pick up soon, won't it? I hope so. Where? I didn't see shit. Where? That fast? Gosh dang. Usually, when watching meteor showers, each person watches a different angle and counts the meteors they see. But this time, we were just watching for fun, so we weren't so strict about where we were looking. But still, it was a habit of astronomers to naturally divide up the sky. The peak time this year was already this afternoon, so we shouldn't get our hopes up. The Quadrantids, along with the Perseids and the Geminids, are known as the three most active meteor showers. But for the Quadrantids, the peak time is only a few hours long, so having those few hours fall during the day was a bit disappointing. Yeah, that kinda sucks. Because that means we literally can't see it. As with all astronomical observation, moonlight gets in the way of meteor watching. The number of meteors you can see changes depending on if the moon is out or not. Hikari? Hikari answered gloomily. Hikari wasn't wrong about that. The visible stars had definitely decreased. Hoshinonaka City had grown quickly in the last few years, and compared to when Hoshino City and Amanonako City were separated, the roads had improved and there were more streetlights. There were more shops open late, and there were more bright signs than before. Even the Sao Tome shop was now the stop-and-buy convenience store. Therefore, the night sky was darker than before. Some of the fainter stars had been erased by city lights, as if they were hiding somewhere. So that's kind of light pollution there, right? Like, it's not even necessarily that it's a lot of very bright lights, it's just like the overall, I guess the overall sort of amount of lights and the amount of light brightness by the lights produced, just because it's more, right? It's just overall, the sky just is gradually like a couple of shades less darker, which fades out all the really faint stars in the back that you would normally see when it's really dark. It's just, it brightens up the sky a little bit. You know, and you know how you have in like Paint or Photoshop or whatever, right? When you select like a color, and if you just go from like a darker color or like a fuller color to a less fuller color, right? Sort of the gradient. It just slowly but surely, you just see that it like gets less and less of that particular color. I feel like that's sort of what's kind of happened, right? It's gone from pretty dark sky to just less and less dark, which makes it unable to see the same stars that we used to. back in the day. Yeah, that's a little bit sad.
そうだね。綺麗だったね。
Hikari smiled slightly, remembering the bright, starry sky of that
あん
night.
な夜もあるんだから、まだまだ捨てたもんじゃないね。
Maybe even special nights like that would be swallowed someday by the lights of the city. It was like I could feel her thoughts hidden behind her smile. It can't be helped. To gain something, you lose something. That's how it is. I said this logically, but it didn't make me feel any better. What did it matter to most people that the sky was darker, or that you could see less meteors? For most people, they don't care because most people don't look at the stars. So all they, I guess, you know, if indeed a lot of benefits like, oh yeah, bigger city, blah blah, more people, more convenience stores open at night, blah blah, whatever, right? A lot of positives there. And then if the negative is like, oh, you can't see stars at night, or most stars will be you won't be able to see them anymore. Most people won't give a shit. They're like, I'm inside, and when it's dark, I don't look up at the stars. But for us, it matters a lot. To them, what we gained in return was so much greater. However, when I looked at the slightly darker sky and thought of the stars I couldn't see anymore, I couldn't help feeling sad. I worried that one day, I wouldn't be able to see any stars at all.
やっぱ行くのやめようかな。
Hikari said this suddenly.
アキトとサヤとまた遊ぶようになったって話したらね。お父
Really?
さんが無理してついてくることないぞって。
Wait, you're not going anymore, Hikari?
帰ってくる頃にはここから見る夜空が今夜よりも暗く、今ならまだ取り消せる。アキトとサヤともっと見ていたいよ。
Is she staying?
光。
If she could stay, it would be so great. I'm sure that Saya and I felt the same
お
way.
父さんのこと大事にしなよ。
This is a little bit difficult for her, right? Like she kind of has to choose between us and her father now. Because obviously her dad will still move. The dad just said like, you don't necessarily have to come with me. That's right. That's why you decided to go, isn't it? Still lying down, Hikari looked at me with a sulking face. What's with that
だ
face?
って二人とも止めてくれないんだもん。冷たい。
You were
今の
expecting
血み
us?
たいに冷たい。
You were expecting us to stop you? Or you actually... Did you want us to stop you? That's probably what you wanted, isn't it? She spoke like a spoiled child. But Saya and I had reasons for not stopping her. Both my parents died in an accident, and Saya's parents were divorced. She hadn't seen her father in many years.
光がついてきてくれないとお父さんすごく寂しがると思うよ。
I mean, if you just look at it purely from, like, numbers, right? If Saya's father goes alone, then he's indeed alone. But if Hikari leaves us, I still have Saya still has me, so yeah. By that logic, it would, in terms of like, I guess making everybody as happy as possible, or the average happiness of all people would be greater if Hikari goes with her dad. I don't know. Yeah, this is a tough choice. But I feel like it's something that Hikari has to decide herself. I'm not gonna say like, no, you should stay. I don't know. That's not what I would do. Even though I wanted her to, and I do want her to, I wouldn't like say it, or I would maybe like say it like, I do want you to, but in the end it's your decision. Whatever she chooses, I'm not gonna be mad or upset about it. Hikari's father was crazy about his two daughters. He had an especially soft spot for Hikari, the youngest. Hikari was always a daddy's girl. Uh-oh. The reason she liked trains was because her father was a railway man.
離れててもずっと友達だよ。
Besides, it's also only a year, right?
さや。
Hikari, we won't forget you. Just... Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Just as I said this in a cool voice, A meteor streaked right in front of our eyes.
ちょっと何今のタイミング。私が死んじゃったみたいじゃん。
Can make a wish. Farewell, Hikari.
あなたの分も強く生きていくからね。
Bye bye, Hikari.
もう二人ともバカバカ。せっかく人が死んでるといい話してんのに茶化さないでよ。
We were saying farewell to the fallen shooting star. Sorry.
いつもふざけてるのに急に真面目な話するからなんか照れくさくて。もういいもん。ごめんね光。よしよし、いい子いい子。
Saya was petting Hikari's gloomy head. It was the opposite of what normally happened. The idea that we wouldn't be able to do this anymore made me sad.
ねえ、次流星が流れたらみんなで何か願い事しようよ。どんな願い事？
Right. How about that we can all watch the quadrantids here together again?
それいい。そうしよう。
We hadn't wished for a falling star since we were kids. We waited in stillness for the next star to fall, and it never came. Nah, it'll come. There it is!
今流れたよ。
Quickly!
見た？
Wish! Quickly wish!
見た。カペラのそばすごく明るかった。
It was brighter than Capella! Capella is the alpha star of Auriga. It was a first magnitude star, and its name means little goats. Meh. To have been brighter than that, it must have been a pretty big meteor. Meteors are matter from space that crash into the Earth's atmosphere. They can be as small as grains of sand. However, the bigger they are, the more light they emit. They can sometimes be bright enough to light up the light sky, like it was
そう
daytime.
だ、願い事しなきゃ。
Surprised by the unexpectedly bright meteor, we quickly closed our
また
eyes.
この場所で三人揃って。
Aren't you supposed to say your wish in silence? Like inside your
流
head?
星群が見られますように。
With our eyelids closed, we all sincerely made our wish. That wish was our promise. We had vowed on that shooting star that we would meet here again. It was just before dawn. The sky had just begun to whiten from the south. The sky had been hidden by mist for a time, which had made us fall asleep. Bundled on the car, when we all woke up, we started preparing breakfast. We simmered some instant soup in a little pot, making an improvised zoni with the rice cakes that I got from Saya.
いい匂い。
The rice cakes will take a little longer to cook. What do you want to do, Saya?
中で髪の毛直してる。
Oh. Morning had come while we were watching the meteor shower, but I had forgotten the real reason I was here. Uh-oh. Are we gonna do it now? We're gonna talk with Saya about the letter. Now was my chance. Hikari. Wink wink, you know what I'm about to do, right? Hikari put on her index finger wordlessly, or put up. She poked her head into the entrance of the car and spoke to Saya.
私ちょっと野の花を摘みに行ってくるね。
Can't you come up with a better excuse? Wildflowers?
じゃあね。グッドラック。
Thank you. Hikari slapped me on the back and ran into the forest. At the same time, Saya came out. Her hair was set prettily.
何か手伝うことある？
Saya-chan. Uh-oh, I'm a little afraid. Right, I'd be happy if you just talk to me.
いいよ。
Saya came and plopped down next to me on the ground. She took a peek into the simmering pot. She seemed as innocent as ever, and it made me a little nervous.
さすがに朝は冷えるね。
Should we cuddle up? Yeah, being here this early reminds me of back then. Back when we made our planetary observation journal, we used to stay up until dawn and come here come here to observe the morning stars. But there was no sign of Venus this morning. At this time, Venus was following the sun, so the only time to see it would be dusk, a so-called evening star. Please don't have awkward silences now. I tried to figure the best timing as I kept the rice cakes from sticking to the pot with a spoon, although I couldn't quite seem to speak. Saya was looking at me as if to say, "You wanted to talk with me?" Hey Saya. Hello. I owe you an apology. Saya tilted her head to the side with confusion. No, this is not about Komako. What I mean is, I was finding it difficult to put into words, so I pulled out the thing that had been hidden in my pocket and showed it to Saya. It'll be much easier to just show her the letter, right? Like, I can't say the words here. If I show you this, you know what I mean. It's the letter. I sort of read this. Sort of? Saya seemed shocked for a moment, but went quiet, like she didn't know how to reply. Sorry. Still seated, I leaned towards Saya. I mean, you dropped it in a convenience store. I thought Saya would be upset, but it seemed she already knew. That's why she had stayed away from the store so long. I just read the letter when I found it, and I thought you might be annoyed to have a letter you wrote 4 years ago to be read only now. Saya looked troubled. Also, you waited a long time, didn't you, Saya? On that bridge? Oh, we left her waiting so long. I just... that image, the picture in my mind of like a little Saya waiting at the bridge for God knows how many hours. That saddens me so much. Saya nodded. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Saya. It's because I didn't read the letter when I got it. So, I'm sorry. Yeah, but the thing is, it's not like we chose to not read the letter because it was from you. We didn't even know it was from you. If we had known that, then we would have for sure read in the letter. Or read. So, aren't I free to apologize then? It is. It's a free country after. Wait, Japan is a free country, right? It is. I was surprised when I read it. I didn't think you felt that way about me. At the time, I didn't see her as a girl. It was all the more unexpected because she was my closest friend. How did you make me angry? Why would you think that? So that's why you avoided me after Hikari left. Saya nodded. I thought my estrangement from Saya was because Hikari was gone, or because she was embarrassed to hang out with boys at that age. But Saya's reasons were completely different. That sucks so much, that it was also sort of all based on misunderstanding as well. It was extremely simple. She avoided me because she thought she'd been turned down. I'm really sorry. I apologized again. Saya was such an important friend. I can't believe I made her feel that way. It's true. I didn't. Yet. No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna turn you down. I think. No. You can be angry at me, you know? I don't know, like, you made me wait, or whatever. Or like, how could you bring that up now? It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense. Oh, that's good. I really don't like people that... it's not that I don't like people who get angry over things like that, where it's like, it doesn't help anything or it doesn't do anything, and it's kind of senseless to do so. I just dislike it when people do that. Yeah, you are a kind one, Saya. Puffing out her cheeks and glaring was the angriest Saya could ever get. Oh, I remember the icy cold Saya. Or could you hit me? Don't women slap men in the face at times like this?
されたいの?
Maybe a little bit. Wink wink. Don't look at me like I'm a pervert. I was just speaking in hypotheticals.
わかった。する。
What, like hit me? Saya said this like she was a little eager. She raised her right hand and gave a practice swing, but it didn't look powerful at all. Snap your wrist more. Are we really teaching her how to fucking hit us properly?
こう?
Ooh, that one made a whooshing sound. It sounded like it had some power. That was a good one. Now you gotta put your whole body behind it. Yeah, that's the way. The fact that I was the one getting smacked, but I was showing her how to do it harder, actually made me feel like some kind of a weirdo. Well, maybe we do want to be slapped in a perverted way, huh? But I thought Saya would feel better if it had a good sound to it.
じゃあ、行くよ。
Uh-oh, she's actually gonna hit us. No, be gentle. Have mercy, Saya. Yeah, bring it. I'm ready. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I just like prepared myself. My cheek is ready. Bring it. Saya drew her hand way back. She brought her palm down with a snap. Waiting for the coming attack, I closed my eyes in response. Huh? Where is it? Is she like teasing me? She faked like the attack, right? She faked that she was gonna slap me, and now she's just like waiting. So her hand is just like waiting in the air. And it's like, I'm just gonna torture him. He's gonna anticipate the slap coming, and then when he least expects it, bam! That's when it actually comes. Nah, she's not that cruel. That's something I would do though. Just to extra torture the other person. Or maybe not even slap them at all. Just to make them anticipate. Just wait and they'll be like, come on, hit me already. And it's just never coming. The attack, however, was not what I expected. Wait, what kind of attack? Well, what? A soft, enveloping feeling. Saya? What are you doing? Saya? Feeling warmth on my lips. I opened my eyes. What? Did she slap me on the lips? She slapped me on their lips with her own lips. Saya's pretty face was right in front of me. A lip slapping that I can approve of. And there was a warmth on my lips. Oh my god, Saya kissed us. Damn. I did not think that Saya, I don't know, she doesn't strike me as the type of girl that would make sort of the first move. I thought that she would be like really shy to do something like this, but holy crap. Saya-chan. My lips, nearly frozen from the cold morning air, felt like a warm softness from melting them. It took me a few seconds to realize it was Saya's lips. Saya. A sigh escaped from between our lips. I was frozen in place with surprise, and Saya's eyes opened right in front of mine. I gazed into Saya's jewel-like eyes from up close. So beautiful. I couldn't help but stare. The Alberio eyes, they're so close. I can literally almost touch them. Well, actually we can touch them. Although I don't think we should. We shouldn't poke her eyes. I forgot what I was just doing, or even how I got into this situation in the first place. None of it mattered anymore. I just wanted to surrender myself to the heat in her lips, and the beauty of her multicolored eyes, as pure as springs.
Tadaima!
Ikari, goddamn timing!
Saya-chan, そんなに怒っちゃダメだよ.
That's what you expected to happen, for Saya to actually be mad? Ha! Hikari, you'll be surprised.
アシトも反省してるみたいだし、ここは早乙女の豚まんでも怒ってもらってさ。それで綺麗さっぱり。
Did she see it?
あれ?
She saw it. She saw it. We're not stopping. We're not even stopping. We're just continuing kissing. Oh, Hikari's here? Well, I don't give a shit. Our lips still attached. Saya? Hikari can see us. Oh, this is Saya making a statement. This is Saya like, yep, I want Hikari to see this. I want her to know. I wanted to cry out, but I couldn't with my lips covered. I couldn't even breathe. Use your nose, you fool. It had been our plan for Hikari to return about now. It might be awkward after I apologize. Come back after a little while. I love the expectation she had though. Her expectation was already right. Don't be mad, Saya, okay? I know, yeah. Yeah, I know, Akito is a baka, he's an idiot, but you know, just let him forgive you. He'll buy you a port, it'll all be fine. That was her expectation, and boom. Well, she did not see this coming, that's for damn sure. Best laid plans and all that. Our half plan wasn't ready for this unexpected situation. Hikari and I were just frozen. Damn, Saya. Saya parted her lips from mine and spoke in a quiet voice. What do you mean, what hasn't changed? Oh. That's what she means? Her feelings are still the same as 4 years ago when she wrote that letter? Saya murmured. Aw, Saya. Then she turned her back on me and ran straight past Hikari. Wait, where are you going? Ah, Saya! As I tried to chase after her, I tripped on my own feet and took a huge spill. My brain was totally overheated, and I lost proper judgment. Hikari didn't chase Saya either. It was like she was just frozen to the spot. Can you fuck off with the fireworks? It's not even New Year's yet. Goddamn people. Still sprawled on the ground, I looked at the sky. All the stars that were there had disappeared at some point. The ground, cool from the morning air, felt nice on my burning head and body. Wow. What is it, boy? What is it, Kotaru? Kotaru saw Hikari and stood up, wagging his tail. Hikari moved closer and started petting Kotaru. Why is he actually outside? The store is closed and everything. Did you just leave him outside? As the night ended, the morning sun crested the horizon. The beautiful twilight sky was stained with morning. It was as if a spell was broken. We had split the breakfast of improvised zoni and had come back down from the mountain, but Saya ran away. We barely spoke the entire time, because we were both intensely embarrassed. Hikari had caught Saya and I kissing, and for me, Saya had seen me in that situation. I wonder if she got home okay alone. Thinking about it, I started getting worried. I'm not even sure if she went home. Hikari silently took out her smartphone and started tapping. It looked like she was sending a text. Like, I totally wouldn't be surprised right now if the moment Hikari sends a text, we just hear the beeping sound from Saya's phone, somewhere here near us. She's hiding behind a building or something. Listen, I'm sorry. Our conversation didn't continue. I'm sure she was just as surprised as I was. Neither of us could find the words. Hikari's smartphone made a sound. What is it? Hikari looked at the screen and busily entered something. I watched for a while and Hikari turned the screen to me. She did go home? Well, I was wrong.
それより大丈夫？
大丈夫か？
わかんない。
Aww.
一緒にいようか？いい。一人にさせて。
She wants to be alone.
わかった。ごめんね。見送り行けなくて。こんなことしちゃって恥ずかしくて。アキトくんと顔合わせられない。私のバカバカバカ。
Oh, so, and then the bunny emoji, the shy bunny emoji.
だって。
it was just that didn't feel like a Saya thing to do, but maybe she just felt it in the moment, or it's just like an accumulation of like the feelings that she's bottled up inside of her for all these last 4 years, right? Like she said, maybe it was sort of a test of her, like to herself, like, do I still feel the same way about him as I did 4 years ago? And then when she kissed us, you're like, yep, I definitely do, because that's what she said afterwards. So yeah, and then it's like after she actually kisses, like, whoa, shit, what did I just do? Oh my god, oh wow. It looked like once Saya was alone again, and having calmed down a little, she'd started to feel embarrassed about it all. You're glad? Huh? True, it's good in the sense that no feelings are like bottled up inside anymore. Still haven't changed. My feelings haven't changed one bit. Yeah, without any confusion or doubt, that was how Saya confessed her feelings. The kiss, more clear than a love letter, demonstrated that. I spied a bit of color in Hikari's face as she said this. I'll think about it once I've settled down. It was so sudden, I couldn't think about anything. I could hear the train on the rails, getting louder as it got closer. Hearing it, Hikari stopped petting Kotaro and stood up. She said this in a crisp voice. This would be the last time I'd see Hikari for a long time. Really? Not gonna be like the day she leaves, we'll just be seeing her off or something? Really? This is literally the last time we'll see her in a long time, in a year at least? Alright, well, have fun. I'll try. Don't worry, I will. She made a fist and bumped my shoulder. God damn it! I was waiting to make that joke about her just texting me or I'll just text Komako. But she made it for me. Ah, well, that was a good one. Alright, we'll be in touch, Miss Komako. Coming back to herself a little, she joked around. Yeah, I'll do that. I guess first I'll ask for love advice. I was starting to feel myself again too. Hikari gave a strange smile. I'm sure she is. Yeah, I'm counting on that. We joked with each other and laughed to lighten the mood. I know. Hey, come on. I'll keep it in mind. Yeah. God damn it. She's really leaving again. Even though we got a time frame now, right? When she left last time, we didn't know if she was ever coming back. But at least now we know that she'll be back in around a year. But still, she only just kinda came back a few months ago or something. If not less. And now she's gone again. Hikari waved to Kotaro and me, then ran to the ticket gate at the station. The train was already arriving at the station. I thought she was hurrying, but Hikari suddenly stopped. What is it with the girls? Like, you saw it in the... Actually, I didn't comment on it back then. But when, I mean, yeah, okay, it was also when she was little, right? With Saya, when she was little, when we saw her bunny panties. But, like, when she kissed us as well, you saw in, like, when she was leaning forward, that, like, she was also wearing a dress. No wonder you girls are complaining about it being so fucking cold if you're just... You're outside with bare legs at January the 4th. Right? When it's cold as fuck. Promise? What promise? What? Huh? Oh, of course. Uh-huh. Maybe see... Don't you forget either. Hikari smiled happily when I answered. Hikari gave one more big wave, then raced to the ticket gate. Is she gonna make it? Just in case, I watched the train leave. It seemed like Hikari made it, so I was relieved. And sad. Okay. It was about time for work. I opened the store, starting the day like always. I would get in touch with Saya later, once things had cooled down a little. While I was still hurting from seeing Hikari off, I didn't think I could give a clear answer. Bling.